I'm here tonight to report to the Board of Trustees on this afternoon's Kean Federation of Teachers General Membership Meeting. There were 200 plus people in attendance in an auditorium packed to standing room only with faculty, professional staff, and librarians. The election of candidates, which occurs biannually in the KFT, was on the agenda, and our leadership team was unopposed in this year's elections. We were re-elected unanimously, which indicates the overwhelming support and confidence of our membership in the current leadership of the Kean Federation of Teachers. Earlier in the meeting, there was a motion from the floor to call for the resignation of President Dawood Farahi based on the incontrovertible evidence of the false representation of his academic credentials. The motion passed unanimously with no abstentions. This represents the clear will of the faculty and staff and librarians of Kean University to restore the academic integrity and reputation of the university on behalf of the entire Kean community, faculty, staff, employees, administrators, students, and alumni. Thank you for your attention.
And I remind you that one of the standards for accreditation is standard number 6, integrity. If you allow, Farahi to stay in office, a degree from this institution will be completely valueless and worthless. Because the evidence is out and the evidence is undeniable. And I also want to say what will be the appropriate punishment. It is not just for Dawood Farahi to leave the office of president, although he also has to do that. He also has to leave the faculty. Because if any faculty member does that, we are out. Even if we are tenured. Tenure does not, protect illegal and, dishonest, behavior. That's all I have to say.
I just wanted to read something that is on every single syllabus in every single classroom. Academic integrity is the obligation of all Kean students. It ensures the application of the highest academic standards and the principles of conduct, honesty, and truth. An individual's work must reflect the person's own efforts and achievements. Any collaboration of effort by an individual or groups of individuals must be acknowledged. Failure to acknowledge such contributions constitutes an act of dishonesty and misrepresentation of the individual's work. The university maintains that all students are expected to employ the highest standards of academic integrity in their coursework. Any violation of such may be subject to a penalty based on the infraction, which may include a reprimand, reduction in grade, failing grade, or suspension or dismissal from the university. If we have to abide by it, shouldn't you?
I feel very different from what they have said. And we all know that for years, the union has been trying to get rid of Dr. Farahi. And now that you found this document, you are all, oh, now he's gone. Now we have something. But before, you couldn't because you never had any valid evidence. Okay? So what you're doing is destructive to the university. I have parents calling me. You should have, if you have some decency, to deal with this differently. I don't know who. There are people from some of the departments that are retired. I don't doubt that they are working and adding things to those documents. How do we know? How do we know that he wrote that? Okay? You can laugh, you can say whatever you want. Okay? But it's wrong what you're doing. You're discrediting the university. Let's not talk about Dr. Farahi. But what you're doing to the university is wrong. What you're doing to the students is wrong. And many of you have said, we don't care if we go down the drain as long as we get rid of them. You don't care. Go, leave. I came from Cuba because society like communism. Why don't you go to another university? But this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. A bad example to the students to do things like this. Okay? It's wrong. What you're doing is wrong, and I hope that the board not only listen to them. I wish the faculty will speak up more. They are always the ones that are saying things and writing and spending all that money on the newspaper. So I would like for the board to also to listen to the faculty. And you know what they're doing now? Passing flyers in different buildings. I encountered 2 girls today in the elevator with those blue flyers, and you know what they said? I don't even want to read this. I don't even want to read this. About the middle state, every institution always have to revise 1 or 2 standards. And they're making a big deal of that, out of that. Okay? And parents are calling, asking, are we going to lose the accreditation? No. I have right now on my desk 3 different school principals from 3 different school districts. And I'm the director of the bilingual program too. And they said, you know what they said? Okay. You know what they said? We want teachers from Kean University. Our best teachers are from Kean University. Thank you.
This man here, I know him. Most of you don't. I have been a close friend of this man and a colleague for 27 years. He and I were in the same department in 1985. And I want to tell you something. You may not realize this. It may be a lot of fun for you to do all of this stuff, but it is sadistic and it is wrong. And I want to tell you something. What you're doing is, you may think you're going to have a victory, but the victory that you're going to have is a Pyrrhic victory, which means essentially that not only are you going to win, but that win is going to get you a loss. I can't even understand. How dare you do this? It's just incredible that you would even do this stuff. You have been attacking Dr. Farahi for so many years, even when he was here for the first time, and he's an honest man. Yeah, right, sure. I am sure that everybody who's standing here in this row is an honest person. Yes, sure. I want to tell you that I will support this president and will continue to do it because I know him. You don't. You hate him. And to form a hate group like this for so many years, it's unconscionable. How dare you? That's all I have to say.
And I would just like to make a statement. The board has met in executive session and received a report by our outside counsel. We have reviewed and discussed this report as well as the comments that were made at public session. The board will meet early next week and continue its deliberations and will take appropriate actions, if any, at that meeting. And now I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The meeting is adjourned.